It's time now for a look at the latest in local news. In the news, the Wayne County Board of Education met Tuesday for their regular scheduled meeting, and they're moving forward on selling bonds for the purpose of constructing a new ROTC building and a new ag facility at the high school. All this was in the East Bluffs referendum approved by the voters this year. $20 million in bonds will be sold. FFA Director Michael Kirkland on hand discussing the new facility for the ag building and thanking the board for moving forward with the project. Kirkland says it should be made clear that this is more than just an ag facility. It's a multi-purpose building for banquets, prom night, and a host of other events. He says they spent a lot of time meeting and visiting other facilities to get a good understanding of what type of facility they wanted here in Wayne County. Here's Michael Kirkland addressing the board on Tuesday.
Dr. McDaniel said earlier, we put a lot of miles in traveling, looking at all the facilities and trying to make something that was a multi-purpose. We went to some that were straight livestock facilities, and I told them from the get-go, that's not what we're here for. We're not here to just build a livestock facility. That is a plus to it. It's a small portion of it. But the main part of it is we want to have something we're proud of here that we can host school and community events, that kind of thing. I put some numbers together, as you can see, which I don't think he's sending these out yet. But over the last several years, we've averaged somewhere around 20 to 25 students that have livestock projects, and most of them have 2 or 3, whether it be hogs or cattle or whatever. So this upcoming school year right now, or this upcoming livestock season that we're in, according to my records, we have 22 students exhibiting 47 livestock projects. That's 45 hogs and 2 cattle. I expect those numbers to shoot through the roof. I was talking with a young man earlier, a parent, one of the softball parents, made a comment that he was excited about this project coming along because their kids are interested in children livestock as well, but don't have a facility to keep it at. So there's some things there. And like I said, we've toured all these and we've taken bits and pieces. The Coffee County and Ware County are 2 of the top-notch facilities in our area, and we basically went through those and found things that we liked in each one of them and kind of combined the 2. This isn't something that just myself and Dr. McDaniel and Mr. Edwards have done. I actually was asked to bring in community members, young farmer members, livestock people in the community and all that, and according to my calculations, I had 21 different people weigh in their ideas as far as like things that we needed to make sure that were included in this. And then I actually you know how it is when you get 22 people in there throwing around ideas, it's a little hectic at times. So we actually kind of condensed it down to where there was actually 5 of us that were meeting, that were looking at this, looking at all the plans, making sure that everything lined up, because when you build it, you build it. And we don't want to, I don't know, get something wrong the first time and be stuck with it forever. So, from there, I'm not really sure if y'all have any questions on our end, the things that we've seen or things that we know. I thank y'all so much for y'all's support of this program, not just the livestock facility, but the FFA and ag program at the high school, as well as the middle schools now. I will tell you this, I have had the opportunity this year to go to each one of the middle schools and work with some of the middle school students on some upcoming FFA contests. That's been a blessing to me. I've enjoyed seeing those youngins get a start with it, and look forward to them being in the high school soon.
Once again, those with comments of FFA Director Michael Kirkland at the board meeting last night. Other news, a lot of recognitions at the meeting. Varsity softball team, state runner-up team on hand. They were recognized. Melvin Bennett Murphy Community Service Award was presented last night to Barbara Struckoff. James E. Bacon, the school recognized Tuesday with the Good as Gold recognition. Classified employee recognized was Pam Goodson, a parapro of the school. Certified employee Andrea Dent, an ESOL teacher at the school. And the student recognized Tuesday was Jace Patino. Personnel always part of the agenda after executive session. Here's the list of personnel approved on Tuesday. Certified recommendation, Natasha Artist, James E. Bacon, Elaine F. Efaw, Jesup Elementary. Certified transfer, Natasha Cooksey, went from interim principal James E. Bacon to permanent principal. Certified resignation, Lisa Ring, Jesup Elementary. Classified recommendation, Jasmine Buckner, Central Office Benefits Coordinator. Classified transfer, Jordan Robinson, Jesup Elementary School Media Center Parapro to computer operator. And classified resignations, Alyssa Stone, Jesup Elementary, and Aubrey Coward, Jesup Elementary School. Let's look at your school board meeting from Tuesday. We'll come back with more news after this word from our sponsor, the commercial messages, so please stay tuned. RIAM of Jesup is conducting an emergency response drill tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. It's expected to be completed by 12 noon. They state this will be a full-scale exercise that will include a response from multiple local agencies. These drills play an important role in testing the plant's emergency response procedures. It's good if you see a lot of emergency vehicles and sirens tomorrow morning, 8:45 a.m. at around RIAM. Again, this is a response drill conducted by the company. Jesup police released the name of the gunshot victim of last Thursday's night shooting at 685 Lanesbridge Road. 56-year-old Stephen Guerin remains in stable condition today at a Savannah hospital after he was shot in the stomach. Police have arrested Kyle Riendu of Jesup. He's charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon and possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime. Officers received a call in reference to a male subject being shot on Lanesbridge Road last Thursday evening, and upon arrival, they were able to locate and detain the subject, who was still armed at the time. Once the suspect was secured, the shooting victim was located inside the residence where the first aid was provided until EMS arrived on the scene. Once again, the shooting victim, 56-year-old Stephen Guerin, he remains at Savannah Hospital. They said he's listed in stable condition. Protest is scheduled today at 12 noon in front of the local DA's office, organized by women who have come to the DA's office in written statements claimed to have been drugged and sexually assaulted by John Ronkowski, who recently was released from jail. As Judge Guy said, a $50,000 bond with stipulations. There was a third bond hearing in the case. The first two, the state and local district attorney asked the judge deny bonds, saying they had statements and also they had charges against John Ronkowski involving the arrest at the downtown restaurant, in which they stated in court that Ronkowski drugged and sexually assaulted an undercover police officer, and that officer had to be taken to a hospital, and they found drugs in their system. They state the drugs were consistent with drugs they found in the defendant's vehicle the night of the arrest. With all those claims in court by the assistant DA, the district attorney has yet to take this evidence to the Wayne County grand jury to seek an indictment. In that last preliminary hearing, Assistant DA Nigel Lush asked that a rape charge against John Ronkowski be dropped because the Assistant DA stated that the state did not have sufficient evidence from that charge. Once again, the women plan to protest from the DA's office today at 12 noon. Upset that an indictment has not been brought against the defendant. They claim they're seeking justice. Again, we'll have a full report on the protest tomorrow here on the local news. We'll be back with some final news notes after this word from our sponsor, other commercial messages, so please stay tuned. Final notes news. Don't forget this Saturday, November 18th, Hospice South Georgia, inviting everyone to the Altamont River Jam. Entertainment provided by Lance Stinson, Mackenzie Carpenter, Cameron Marlowe, and Dylan Carmichael. Tickets are on sale now at altamontriverjam.com. General admission tickets are $30. The gates open Saturday at 3. They'll have big screens to show Saturday's Georgia-Tennessee game from Knoxville. Once again, a great night of music and fun. A lot of food vendors on site, so come hungry. Need more information? Again, tickets on sale at altamontriverjam.com. All takes place this Saturday at the JC Fairgrounds. Again, all proceeds go to Hospice of South Georgia. Wayne County community invited to the annual community Thanksgiving service. It's set for this Sunday evening at 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church. Speakers this year will be Reverend Brandon Stone, pastor of Crossroads Church of God, and Pastor Paul Eastwood of First Baptist Church of Scriven, Georgia. Community Thanksgiving Choir will provide the music. Everyone's invited. Each year they take up a collection for the Good Samaritan Center to help those in need. Once again, it's a great way to begin the holiday season. The annual Thanksgiving community service and Sunday, November 19th at 6 p.m. at Calvary Baptist Church. Again, that'll be the topic of the day on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. The Coastal Area Traffic Enforcement Network and Governor's Office of Highway Safety reminding motorists not to risk it during the holidays this season by always remembering to click their seat belt before every trip and make sure all children are also safely restrained. Coastal Area Traffic Enforcement Network is joining Sheriff's Office, police departments, and the Georgia State Patrol to enforce seat belt, speeding, DUI, distracted driving, and all traffic laws during the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration's annual Click It or Ticket seatbelt enforcement and awareness mobilization that takes place during the extended Thanksgiving holiday weekend that begins on November 22nd and ends on November 26th. They state Thanksgiving is one of the busiest travel periods of the year, with millions of vehicles traveling on Georgia highways and roads during the week, and it's important for drivers and passengers to put safety first by always buckling up. And Captain Luther Hire says, our officers, deputies know the difference wearing a seatbelt can make during a traffic crash. Taking a few seconds to click a seatbelt before getting on the road could lead to a lifetime of memories, especially during the holidays with family and friends. For the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, seatbelts have saved more than 100,000 lives in the last decade, and more lives would be saved if everyone riding in a vehicle would simply wear a seatbelt. During the 2021 Thanksgiving holiday weekend that ran from Wednesday evening to early Monday morning, 50% of the persons killed in passenger vehicles crashes in the United States were not wearing a seatbelt. Again, the annual Click It or Ticket campaign set for the holiday weekend. That's going to do it for the latest in local news. Sports comes your way in a few minutes. Bob Morgan, have a great day.